you're fine.
Like I said, do you like my tail?
Like I said. There we go. Finally, welcome back to Iron Rage. I'm Dave Palumbo, joined by Lee Priest, and I'm having some computer problems here, so sorry about that, guys. But Lee is, what is that shirt you got on? I like it. Now I can't hear you.
It says, I'm
go.
a priest. It says, I'm a priest. I don't rest when I'm tired. I rest when I'm done. That's when I've finished chasing all the altar boys around.
That's not nice.
Actually, I'm actually still traumatized because I watched a bit of the After Hours show. Even my wife, after seeing Greg's house, my fucking OCD was fucking going off the fucking radar. If I saw one more statue and then outside it was just as cluttered. He's a fucking hoarder for sure. There's just shit everywhere. Like, here's the fucking TV. How can you watch the TV when it's got fucking all this shit in front of it or fucking around it? My girlfriend's in bed somewhere underneath all the fucking shit. She's probably dead. I couldn't even fucking see the girlfriend fucking under all that. He's got stuff on the wall.
There's got to be a lot of stuff on top of her because she can't even hear when he's like doing the show. You know, she's sleeping through it.
But I'm like, then he shows you the vine over the fan. I'm like, where turn the fucking fan on if you got a fucking vine growing over it? I'm like,
yeah, for the amount of crap he's got in that house, it's not poor. It doesn't look dirty, his house. You know what I mean? It looks pretty clean considering he has a lot of junk. When you have a lot of stuff, dust usually settles on it. Like I remember my dad's house looked like
it was dusty. Look, as a cleaner and a clean freak, it was dusty. It's like to get from his fucking table where he does the podcast to the bedroom, I needed fucking Google Maps. I'm like, what the fuck?
You know what the funny thing is about Greg's house? He told me afterwards, he goes, he only showed half the house. That's a very, very big house, you know. And you know, that's the house he grew up in. That's a huge piece of property. Can you imagine if he had like a normal size house with all that crap he had accumulated?
I didn't get all the fucking wigs in the bedroom. There was like fucking 15 wigs and fucking.
Wait, you know what the funny thing is? That's the stuff he showed us that is like his decorations. His girlfriend sells stuff on eBay, but not that stuff. She has her own stuff that we didn't even see that she sells. That stuff is just stuff that he puts up, like that you know, he finds entertaining.
What's that show in America? I'm going to send those people around where they fucking clean your house out and you got to say goodbye to half your
American Hoarders or something like that, right?
Yeah, they clean your house out for you and they say, now we've got to let it go. It might have attachment, but we've got to fucking.
He'd go crazy. He would never let you throw stuff out in that house.
There's another statue. Yeah, it looks like the other fucking 20 you fucking had there of fucking angels and fucking.
You know, probably some of the stuff he's got is actually he could probably make a few bucks on some of that stuff because those statues are not, you know, they sell, those look like some seriously solid, you know, stone statues. They're not like little ornaments that are made out of plastic or anything like that.
Well, call up that show because it can be like the man whose arms exploded is a hoarder now and we need the.
I'd like to see, you know, those guys from the pawn shop guys. If they came in there, and I'd like to see them like ascertain like what everything's worth, you know. Mm-hmm. Like, what's the statue of this with the devil ears on it worth? Yeah. Oh, this is probably worth like $5. Well, what about this? This is an antique. We could probably give him $300 for this piece, you know.
I'm sure if you dig deep enough, Uncle Eddie's under half that shit from last year's Christmas dinner. He still hasn't found his way out. Fuck.
Now I know why he won't move, Lee, because you can't.
Could you imagine?
He'll never get rid of all that stuff, right?
When I move, and like I said, I'm a clean freak, and I move, and just the stuff I have, when I'm packing up to move, I'm like, where does all this shit come from? I got boxes of shit, and I don't have a lot, so I'm thinking, imagine him packing up. Fuck.
Can you imagine how much shit would be at the curb? Like he'd have to put all that stuff at the curb. There'd be like mountains of rocks at the curb, you know.
He'd need Jimmy's truck just for the statues.
Imagine he says, "Hey Jimmy, can you help me move down to Florida?" And Jimmy gets there and he's got to load all these stones. He's like, Greg, we're not taking these stones with us. Oh, you were taking everything, Jimmy.
Like I said, he'd have enough there. Like you said, if he went to a cemetery, he'd have enough to put on every fucking grave. Everyone gets one. You get a statue. You get a statue. You get.
I thought it was a graveyard at first. I thought maybe like his relatives were all buried there or something like that. You know,
like he's got his Halloween decorations up still. Yeah, I'll just leave them in the window. Leave them there. Come
you
Christmas
guys don't know what
time,
we're talking about. Go watch After Hours. Yeah, Greg gave us a very.
I know. He just puts a beard on the skeleton come Christmas time.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up some of that footage from the other day.
It's going to send me. It's going to send my off again. My OCD's going.
Yeah, I had never seen. To be honest, I'd never seen his house at all. Other than the kitchen that he films from, like you said.
And then all the that wasn't the kitchen. That's just some table under the fucking vine.
I think that's his dining room table. That's what Lee Haney ate with them. You know.
Yeah, but he's only got one little space you can sit at because the table's covered in shit.
Yeah.
And the couch had so much stuff on the couch, you couldn't see the couch. And then, like I said, watching the TV, there was such a distraction that there's so much stuff around the TV.
Did you like his the cars? The cars were pretty funny too.
Oh, how dirty it was! Oh, bloody hell! Fuck.
Yeah. You would never sit in that car, Lee. You would never put your sweatpants on the seats.
You could leave that car fucking running with the windows down and no cunt stealing that. Fuck.
not with the piss buckets in there. No, definitely not.
Greg's never getting carjacked. That's for sure. Fuck.
I told Greg to send you that lion statue. I said that you'd put it up in your house if he shipped it to you. There's Lee Haney.
Yeah. All the pictures on the wall. My God, it's like.
It's like, and I'm surprised. I mean, I don't really see a lot of dust. I really expected to see more dust. It's not too bad.
Tell him to put a white glove on next time and go like this. You can't see dust, Dave, because normally you see dust when there's something clean, then you see dust. Once it's blanketed, it's just the same. It looks
it's evenly distributed, is what you're saying.
Yes,
you know what it is?
Yeah. So you think that table's a dull wood. It's actually shiny if you fucking ran your finger through it.
And there's the vine. There's the vine you were talking about.
Yeah. Like, how do you turn the fan on if the vine's growing over it?
I don't know. He's got trinkets everywhere in this place.
I'm
sure he's got a Sandow trophy there someplace, don't you think?
He's probably got fucking Eugene Sandow himself fucking in there somewhere.
Buried in the floorboard somewhere. Definitely.
Oh, fucking hell. That's like you said, I'm sure there's another room. There's that thing done with all the tiles and the fucking.
His father made that. Yeah, that was really nice, actually. But,
throw it out. You got to let it go. Let it go.
That's right. So I hear Nick Walker's now out in Vegas. He's going to be training for the Olympia out there. So what do you think about that?
Playing the pokies. Well, it's like, I know people, like, to me, it's not news because if you're getting ready for a show, sometimes, that last 2 weeks when you go somewhere, if you say like Nick's used to being at his home and Matt's gym or wherever he's training, those last week or two, if you move somewhere, that's a bit of a disruption because now you got to settle in again. So going earlier only makes sense because that way, if you get there 5-6 weeks earlier, you're in the flow of things, you're in the flow of training, you're in the flow of getting your meals on time. When you sometimes leave it to that last week or so, that's such a fucking, like I said, it's such a disruption because now you're in a new environment. Fuck, even if I go somewhere, you ever have it where you go to a hotel or you go somewhere to stay and the first couple of days you wake up to take a piss, you're like, where the fuck am I? Where's the bathroom? And fucking, so it's like, so I think it's a smart thing to do. Everyone, if I was getting ready for the Olympia again, I used to go out almost 2 weeks before and stay at those grand vacation suites. It's just a mini apartment. So I think everyone should at least be there 2 or 3 weeks before just to, like you said, settle in, get your meals right, get into the swing of training.
I'm going to disagree with that because, I didn't really love.
Well, that's why you never went to the Olympia, did you?
No, I know. But I'm saying even with, look, I went to Venice for 2 weeks before the USA in '95, and it was fun because I was in Venice and the environment was really good. But, it's like, back then you can pack your anabolics in your suitcase and it didn't really matter. Like, I think I would be stressed out about, because when you're at home, where all your shit is. I had my tanning beds, I had this, I had that, everything, all my restaurants, my food, my supermarket. I knew my routine, And I was a very creature of habit. The last 6 weeks, I needed to do the same thing every fucking day. And so I think it would have been disruptive for me to go for 6 weeks, maybe a week or two before I could handle, because I could bring all my shit with me. But I don't know. To me, it's stressful.
That's why you never got your pro card, Dave. See, you never got your pro card because you weren't prepared. No, you weren't prepared to go to.
I'm surprised. I don't believe you. I think you're full of shit. I don't think you would disrupt your home environment. Okay,
as long as I hate it. I said I love, like, to me, I hate the disruption if I've actually got to move, like actually move somewhere and live. Then you got to learn everything new. But if it's just for a couple of weeks, I plan everything ahead. So I've even done
6 weeks. You would be okay 6 weeks out from a show to go someplace new that you don't really know anything.
As long as, because all I need to know is the gym, the supermarket, and where I'm staying. If it's got a full kitchen and washer dryer, I'm happy. So that's it.
I don't believe it. I think you're a crazy creature of habit. Yeah,
no, it's actually better for me, because when I'm at home, I do more shit like cleaning and fucking this, and I get more stressed out. If I'm in a place like that, the cleaner comes in and cleans. So I'm like,
right. But what would you do with yourself all day after you train 3 times a day? I mean, what are you gonna do? You gonna watch TV the whole day? I mean, you're starving. It's not like you can't sit on the couch and eat food. You gotta
I do cardio. I do cardio because the place I stay has a cardio room. I just keep on the. I have a wank. I just, I just.
There you go.
My life wouldn't change. Yes, it's a good idea. These last minute things aren't good, because then even if you imagine too, these ones that travel a couple of days before, then with the way fucking airlines are these days, you couldn't trust airlines, planes. Imagine planes getting cancelled. You got so much food packed, now you run out of food. Now this is like, fuck that. Yeah. Oh, by the way, did you go out and vote the other day? Did you vote for DeSantis?
No, I was. I got
nervous.
You're
the problem with America.
I got nervous because it was a very close election originally. Like halfway through the day, and I'm like, you know what?
He won by a landslide.
I should have gone and voted. If this fucking guy loses, DeSantis, I can only blame myself. So thank God he won, because why anyone in Florida would vote against this guy? He was the only governor in any state who kept everything open. He didn't require masks. He was like, there's no fucking way we're teaching this transsexual stuff in school. He's the only guy standing up for our rights. Why anyone would not vote for him in Florida, it boggles my mind,
And he's inviting everyone to come there now to Free State. He's saying, because this is what I laughed too, was even before this election, when you had all those fucking dickheads like AOC and everyone in New York talking shit about him, but yet they all went there for fucking holidays.
Of course, because they can do it. They didn't have to wear a mask. They can go to the beach,
But the thing is, like you said, he stands up for freedoms and shit. But have you seen the rhetoric those last couple of weeks that if you vote Republican, people will be murdered? We're going back to the German Hitler days. They're going to kill people. I'm like, how the fuck can they spew so much white hate out on whatever? Then that Sonny Liston from The View and all this calling white women cockroaches if they vote Republican. I said, reverse that. Imagine if you said black people are cockroaches if they vote fucking, fucking hell. It's like, it's so easy now just to spew racism onto white people. It's like, fuck me dead. We're all Nazis now. Nazis.
Yeah, exactly. I like I said, I almost had a nervous breakdown when I thought maybe he might lose. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And then thank God, he won, because
isn't that Paul Pelosi story?
He's going to run for president now, and then we're going to lose him anyway. So
isn't that Paul Pelosi story getting even fucking more weird?
Yeah, what's the latest on that? I've been following it on TMZ. That's my source.
Oh my God! Well, it's like they won't release the footage of the. The people are saying, look, if they stop all this bullshit, any other time they always release the police cam just so this is what happened. But even like the whole thing where they're inside for fucking half an hour together first, doing God knows what. I don't want to speculate. But then he says,
"You think it was a love affair gone wrong? Isn't that what Trump insinuated?"
Oh, sorry, someone was calling. Okay. He said, "This is my friend," and that. And then the police get there. The glass, like we said, is smashed outwards, not inwards. And then he's with the guy. The police come. Paul Pelosi goes over to the door, lets the police, "Hi, I'm Paul Pelosi," opens the door for the police. Then he walks back over to the guy who broke into his house And then that's when they start fighting, and that's when he gets hit with the hammer. If I'm inside a house and someone's attacking me or going to attack me, and the police are at the door, and I open the door for the police, why the fuck wouldn't you go outside where the police are? You go back over to the attacking.
And why's the guy going to hit him with the hammer when the police get there? Wouldn't you hit him before the police got there?
Oh, it's all fucking weird if you ask me.
They made that whole thing up right before the election.
Of course. And then, oh, don't forget, everyone's reporting. And to hear this person inside the house say, "Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?" That's the same thing they yelled out on January 6th through the halls of the building. Where's Nancy? This is definitely related. This is all Trump's fault. There's like, the guy had a gay flag and he had a BLM supporter. The guy was a nut, but somehow there's something going on there that was fucking. And he was getting fucking hammered all right before the cops got there. That's well, look, I'm not saying that. Look, there's nothing wrong with gay people. But if Nancy Pelosi was my wife, I'd be sucking cock too because fuck me dead. Fucking that old fucking handbag. Fuck me dead. I'd do a Wayne Bobbitt and cut my dick off if I had to fuck that fucking looking. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. Even Viagra. Fuck me dead. That wouldn't help you.
They're pretty old though. How old is Pelosi? She's got to be in her 80s, right?
In the shade. Fuck.
And how old's the husband? He's got to be older than that, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but he looks better than her. She looks fucking terrible. She looks like a fucking face is melting. She looks like fucking one eye's going this way, one eye's going fucking that way. And when she's standing up there, speaker of the house, she's fucking trembling a bit. Her and fucking, it's like, well, I don't get when politicians, they shouldn't be in there for life, or these career politicians. It's like, at a certain age, you've got to get the fuck out because you're losing your faculties. Just look at the president, for God's sake. Talk about losing your faculties. It's like, fuck me dead. Yeah,
he's going to. Yeah, I can't even imagine. I don't even know why they would even say he's going to run for another term. It's like a joke.
Run? The cunt can't even walk. What the fuck? He can't fucking run. He hobbles. Does that little shuffle like fucking mental patients do. Shuffle along. Where'd everybody go? Oh, I'm facing the curtain. Hold on. What is that? You're hiding behind me, you fucker.
All right, let's leave poor Joe Biden alone. Let's look at some Ramy footage. What do you think of Ramy? 5 weeks out?
Like I said, he looks better now than he did when he was competing at the last Olympics. Like I said, for someone to, like I said, Ramy can only beat himself at this point. Like if he comes in just looking like that at the moment, I think no one's, like I said, even his back. For some reason, looks like his lats go all the way down to his fucking lower back, like boom, straight into his rhomboids. It's like,
well, no, he just has high lats. That's all, I think,
But still, he's got high lats, but still the way they come, like all the way down, the big V.
He's got good spinal erectors, though,
Yeah, but I said it all blends in. It's like,
yeah.
So no one's gonna beat Ramy. It's like, what's his name? Still looking good, and he guest posed. I think he can still do okay. Fucking Bonac, he looks a lot fuller than he's looked before. But then even Hardy, there's a picture of Hardy showing his intercostals, so Hardy can still be the thing with Hardy is as good as he looks, I just wonder sometimes, I don't want to say judges get lazy, but when someone's been there a while and yes, he looks good, but then the newer guys are coming in and look good, so they're like, oh, you know what, let's move the newer guys up and push this one down. So Hardy could get caught up in that sort of scenario where yes, he's good, but has he improved? And if he just comes in looking like he does, the judges go, yes, he looks great, he's in condition. But Labrada and these other people, they've improved from last year. So it can go against you. Even though you look great, if someone looks great but they've improved, they jump over you. So
right. Yeah, I know.
I'm sick of hearing about fucking people don't getting on to me about it. Fucking Carrizo, and now they're talking about this other guy who hasn't even got his pro card yet. What's his name? Fucking
Good Vito. Yeah.
It's like, fuck me, yes, they're good bodybuilders, people, but just because you win a fucking show doesn't make you top 5 of the Olympia fucking straight away. And like I said, they look great by themselves. When they get beside other people, they sort of lose it. And when they get beside top Olympia competitors, they're gonna fucking lose it. So
the problem is that we're looking at Instagram pictures of these guys, and you know what? Yeah. I always like made fun of Chris because he was always like, "Oh, that's an Instagram picture." I didn't know what he was talking about, but you can look at the pictures of these guys on stage versus what they put on Instagram. it's like night and day. I mean, you can make yourself look really, really hard on Instagram with putting filters on the pictures. You know,
well, I don't use filters. I just take photos. But even me on certain angles, I look like I could be top 3 to 212 when I fucking couldn't. But over the photos, you think, fuck, Lee looks fucking good there, doesn't it?
No, but I'm saying if you look at this Good Vito guy and some of his pictures, I'll pull up some pictures of him. He looks really crazy hard. And then if you look at the stage pictures, it's like, well, what the fuck happened to him, you know?
I noticed he was scared to do blackface.
Yeah, he was a little light, right?
I'm just tanning to here. I don't want to tan anywhere else. I don't want to be accused.
I think you should only tan your face if you ever compete again. Don't tan your body, just face.
That's the thing too. And the guys he was against up there weren't that great, but he wasn't a standout. When you see him by himself, you're like, this guy's a freak. But when he's beside those guys he competed against, they were nothing great, but he wasn't like, jumping out from him.
Well, I think that they gave the old, he's competing, in 2 weeks for his pro card, so.
Yeah, but like I said, the guys he was standing against, though, we should have looked a lot better.
That picture looks like he could win the Olympia, right?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Hey, Dave, do not do drugs before we do this show. Come on. Come on.
He looks crazy, freaky, hard.
What Olympia? The 1980 Olympia? Yeah, okay. Fuck. Okay.
No. I think he might be Lee Priest there,
Oh, he ain't
but then you look at the stage shots. Let me see if I can pull the stage shots of him.
Lee Priest at 20 was better than that. He's 25, isn't he?
Now look at that. He don't look like the same bodybuilder I just showed you, does he?
I know. That's what I mean. Like with those two guys there, he should be like boom.
Yeah.
You got to remember, Dave. Lee Priest at 20 had a pro card. He's fucking 25. So don't even compare me. Don't even compare me to good fucking Vitawix or whatever his name is.
Vitali.
Yeah, good vitality. Good Vitali. Good fucking wheat picks. I don't fucking know. Everyone's got these funny names. Good Vito, Crizzo.
Well, you know what it is? Because they have like long names. Back in the day, I remember when Nasser El Sambadi came out, no one could pronounce his name. No one could remember his name. And it took about a year before everyone kind of knew who he was.
Yeah, Nasser's very hard to say. Nasser.
No, but it was Nasser El Sambadi. It just was not like a name that we were used to saying. And
where's that place where all the rockets launch from? In Florida. Oh, it's very hard to pronounce. What's the name of that place?
Cape Canaveral?
No, NASA. Is that it? NASA. Fuck, it's hard to say. NASA.
Yeah. No, but I'm telling you his whole name. All right. It started, and then all of a sudden, Ramy comes around. Mamdou El Baye. No one can pronounce that.
Well, no one says their full name anyway. Whoever says their full name.
Well, I say Lee Priest, right?
Normally just say
Ronnie Coleman, Lee. Jay Cutler,
people
Kevin
say
Lebroni,
they just say Coleman. They say Coleman.
No, they don't. No. I'm telling you, the guys with complicated names, they got to give themselves nicknames.
Dave, have you fallen over on your ankle and hit your head today, or what? What the fuck?
No, but look, why is Big Ramy Big Ramy?
People just say Palumbo.
I would want to be called Mamdou. I mean, if that's my name, I want people to say Mamdou is Mr. Olympia.
People
Instead
say
they got
Palumbo.
this Big Ramy guy. No, you think his mother knows who Big Ramy is? She knows him as Mamdou. Mamdou, come here. They want to give you kisses, Mamdou.
People say Aceto. People don't always use just one name.
You think Good Vito's mother calls him Good Vito? Come here, good boy.
She probably just calls him Vito.
She calls him Vitali. Vitali, come here, I give you a kiss.
Why are we going to call him Good Vito? Why don't we just call him Vito?
How the fuck do I know? Where
did the good come from?
That's his screen name. Why am I I was huge 285. That was my AOL handle. It still is. So I used it in all my little,
Yeah, but we don't call you huge 285. It's like people don't call me officially pre-72.
People are lazy. They can't pronounce names, so they call them by the Instagram handle.
I think from now on we should call everyone by their fucking Instagram name, whatever it is.
Says to me, the next coach, Dom Super Sliced. I'm like, what are you talking about? I know Dom Super Sliced is Dominic Batasio. He's a friend of mine,
But you probably just call him Dom.
Dom. They call him Super Sliced because that's his
Wasn't Dom
Instagram
from
handle.
Fast and Furious?
Yeah, there you go. I think you have to come up with a better Instagram handle, Lee, so that you can have a nickname. Like, I don't know. Like I said.
What's wrong with Priest? Fucking people just say Priest.
Well, that could have negative connotations, as you pointed out in the beginning of the show.
There is nothing negative about that.
Are you a good priest or a bad priest?
If you're a priest and you're with a male who's over the age, there is nothing wrong with that in the eyes of the Lord. They sit in front of you.
Might like to get their ass fingered, right? For what do I know? What do we know, right?
Hey, look, if they're underage, you do the wafer, you do the wine. If they're over age, when I put my cock in your mouth, that's the body of Christ. What's white? What's white and comes from the sky?
What?
The coming of Christ.
You know, I think what you should do is I want you to dress up as Red Hulk next time. My son's he's obsessed
Red Hulk. Why Red Hulk now? Is green's gone?
Because everyone's over Green Hulk already. They want Red Hulk, you know. So.
And I've still never watched She-Hulk. I will refuse to watch that shit show.
Oh no, that's good. You got to watch that. That was I have not watched Miss Marvel. I haven't watched.
Oh no, I can't watch Miss Marvel. That's the first Muslim superhero type, whatever.
It just seems stupid to me. I was trying to watch it with my kids, and they were making too much noise, and it just seemed dumb to me.
It's like, but the way they promote it, first Muslim. It's like, why you got to say that? It's like when Biden put that stupid press secretary Pierre, whatever her fucking name is. I'm putting in the first black, this and that. It's like, why don't you just say I'm putting in the best person for the job? We can see what she is when she fucking gets there. Why you got to fucking?
Have you noticed that in all the I think you actually pointed this out to me. All these new series now, there's always got to be some kind of like gay relationship.
Yeah, and like I said, the Chucky one. The Chucky one is the two teenagers that are gay that own the Chucky doll. It's like, what do you want to get stabbed by, a penis or a fucking knife from a doll?
But but every series I watch on Apple TV and Amazon Prime,
there's the transgender for sure. There's the gay one. That's what my wife and I do. As soon as we start a new series and we see the main characters, I go pause. I go, all right, now let's guess which one's going to be gay. Let's guess which one's going to be.
Right. I prefer that there be two women making out than two guys, personally, you know, but that's just me, you know.
You're very anti whatever. There's nothing wrong with two men.
I'd rather see two chicks making out than seeing two guys making out with each other.
I used to always get my friends like that because, you know, back in the day, it was like, oh, yeah, two girls. I want to see my girl. I want to see my girl with a girl. And I used to say to them, well, okay, well, that's your fantasy. Like, you want to see your girlfriend with another girl. I said, okay, let's just say your wife or girlfriend said, she wants to see you with a man. That's her fantasy. Fuck, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, then why is it okay for you to tell your missus or ask your missus to do it? But if she wants to see you do it with a man, why is it so anti? It's like, I don't get it. I've done it. Who cares?
That's right. That's right.
That went over Dave's head.
No, I know you. I heard. You've told the story about you doing it.
No, there could be another story I never told. I'll save it for another day.
I'm sure there probably is, but you already told the story about your cock was touching some other guy's cock. That to me is already like pretty bad, you know?
No, it's not. Like I said, in the moment, you don't even think about it. It's like you're just doing it. It's like if you went to a swingers club and everyone's doing it and there's an orgy going on, you don't care. It's just like a fucking buffet. It's like you don't care if the fucking bacon's touching the maple syrup and the fucking eggs are in the fucking mushy peas.
I'm not going to mention who my friends are. They said, let's go to this swingers club. There was a swingers club by my house. And so this is when we were really big. We were all jacked up. And so we all go to this place, pay whatever it is, $25. And the people in this place are so horrible looking.
I know.
The women are disgusting, but all these guys are after, because there's more guys than women, which is, first of all, that's not a good thing. But so these women think they're so hot because all these guys want to bang them because, you know, it's a swingers club. And I'm like, I wouldn't have sex with anyone in this place. Thank God they had a free buffet with the $25 I had to pay to get it. All I did was eat the whole time. You know, I was about over 300 pounds at the time. I said, well, you know what? These guys can go try to hook up with the ugliest girls in the world. I'm going to fucking at least eat some fucking protein here and put some muscle on. So that's what I did. I ate the whole time I was there.
Well, you could have fucking ate and got a reach around for fucking free, after a big
I
arm
wouldn't even,
day.
believe me, if there was not one woman in that place that I wanted anything to do with sexually, they were disgusting. I couldn't even believe
I used to always think that, because I'd always think to myself, I've always had nice girlfriends who are pretty and attractive. I figured that'd be it. I'd go to a swingers club. You take your hot girl in, and then there's, like you said, some other guy and a girl, but she's all fucking. I'm thinking, well, I got to swap mine for that. He's probably like, oh yeah.
You know what it's like? You buy a new barbecue grill, like a gas barbecue grill, and the tank runs out, right? So you take it to the store to get it filled up.
The shitty
find
tank.
out it's an exchange program. They don't fill your tank up.
That.
You take another. You give them your new tank, and they give you this old piece of shit one that looks like your dog took a piss and shit on it, and you got to take that.
I hate that.
That's the.
I hate that, because I always had a nice new tank, and they give you one that's got rust on it, stickers half of it.
Can you just fill my tank up? No, we do exchange.
It'd be like,
here.
It's like having a Lamborghini. You put it in for service, and they give you a fucking Toyota Corolla to fucking run around.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. But at least that's only temporary,
That's why when you go to those clubs, drugs with your friends. They take lots of drugs.
I guess so. Because you know what? And I when we left there, I had guys that I went with saying, those girls were hot, weren't they? I'm like, are you fucking nuts? What the fucking, what did you take before you went in there? Are you serious? And these guys had hot girlfriends. And I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with these people? I think that people are fucking out of their minds. I don't know. I've never seen, I think bodybuilders, when they're on too many steroids, their sex drive is just too crazy. And they can't see things what they really are. They'll fuck anything.
And I think that's the thing. Well, men will pretty much fuck anything. It's like women are always selective. You can get a guy in a bar, and if there's a girl there, by the end of the night, he'll probably want to fuck it, whatever, and regret it the next day. But still, men, I don't think men are as picky. Whereas women pretty much have all to say, because men can't really do shit if the woman doesn't want to. So
no.
Unless you're Harvey Weinstein or someone, but it's like.
I don't know about you. I was always the guy, like, if a girl really liked me, I wanted nothing to do with her. It didn't matter how hot she was. If for some reason she was too into me, I was like, there must be something wrong with this girl. I don't want anything to do with her.
Did you ever find too, like back in the day when I was single, I'd meet like these hot girls online, and you'd talk to them. They'd even send you like nudie type pictures. And then when it was time to meet, I'm like, I don't really want to meet him. It was just that chasing type thing, to build up chasing.
Yes, it's going to ruin the whole mystique of it, right?
Yeah, it's like, when you can get him, you're like, oh, that's not. Well, pretty much do. It's like if you're after a girl and you think she's hot, and you think this is the greatest, and you finally have sex with them. Once you've had sex, you're like, it's like, especially like I said, if it's just that type of relationship, it's not one where you got deep feelings. If it's just more a lust type thing, once you've had sex. They said before you have sex, you'll be texting them every day, talking to them with this every fucking hour of the day. As soon as you fuck them, maybe every 3 days. How you going? Good. You don't fucking talk to them anymore. Yeah.
There was this girl on my track team, and I used to, at all the meets, at practice, I would talk to her. It's a very cute little girl, and she was about 2 years younger than me. I was in junior high school, and she was a good-looking girl, and I talked to her. Finally, her friend came up to me. She's like, do you like my friend? She likes you, right? Like in other words, saying, dummy, are you going to make a move already? Are you going to, ask her out or something like that? And, I was like retarded. I'm like, not really. And I liked her. As soon as I knew she liked me, I wanted nothing to do with her after that. That was it. It was done. Over.
They're probably like, oh, he's gay. He must be gay.
Yeah, they probably. I always wanted the girl that I had no chance of getting. That was what my goal was. I
was the opposite. If I knew
the head of the football team, that's the girl I want. If I can't date her, I don't want to date anyone else.
I was the opposite. I was like, I would never approach a girl ever to date, but I'd be the opposite. If it's like, if someone said to me that girl likes you, then I'd try and make small talk, because if I already knew she liked me, but I'd never go up to a girl ever first and try.
No, but I already had closed the deal just by being, my charming self, through 6 months, leading up to this. Finally, when the friend said, "What the fuck? Are you going to do something about this?" And but I think that's just insecurity that comes along with growing up. we make dumb, stupid decisions when we're younger. We're just lack of confidence in ourselves.
Oh, but did you now? If you say you had a dated her, things could have gone different. You could
I could. My whole life could be different now. I'd probably be a doctor.
You mightn't have done bodybuilding. You wouldn't have met Amanda. I can see
That's right. There you go.
I think there's a song about that.
Do you ever think about your life and say, you know what? If I would have done this here or gone this direction, my life would be completely different. What would it be like? If you became a gymnast and you never went into the bodybuilding realm, where would you be today? What would you be doing, you think?
Probably rich, Olympic gold medals, big sponsors, fucking, world famous.
You'd be doing commentary on the TV, right? For all the Olympic meets.
Exactly.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, sponsored by fucking Kellogg's and fucking.
You'd be you wouldn't have a single tattoo on your body. You'd be.
Well, I think about it. Really, when you think about it, like 13, when I won my first bodybuilding shows.
Yeah.
If I was like that, say I was like a prodigy like that in any other sport,
right.
I'd probably be fucking multi-millionaire. Fucking.
Absolutely, because you were a good-looking guy. You had the blonde hair, blue eyes. Yeah. You could do whatever you wanted. Yeah.
Imagine if I was in Germany in 1942. Oh, okay, I didn't have the height, but Hitler would have passed me on the blonde hair.
Oh, he would have loved you. Hitler would have loved you.
Being muscular. Yeah. I would have been in like a breeding program or something.
maybe you were. Maybe that's where you came from. Maybe you were in the breeding program.
Yeah, I've always thought about doing that fucking ancestry.com thing just to fucking see why.
Lee Priest is really German stock.
Imagine if you found out you were so related to Hitler or someone, because there must be relatives out there still. Yeah. Actually, I think there was. I watched this show. There's two guys somewhere in America. I think one lives in Florida that are like not far descendants, only like because they're still old now, but they're on Hitler, but they don't want nothing to do with the family lineage or something. And the cameras went to interview him, and he's like, "I don't want to talk and that," but yeah, they're very like just the next down, whether it's the first cousin or something to Hitler, and they live in America.
Oh, yeah, you think that's
true? On a documentary, and I'm thinking, why is these people going to hassle them for? Because maybe their neighbors didn't know. Now the neighbors are going to be like, "Yeah, right." It's like that's got nothing to do with what he did. They got nothing to do with him. But yeah. What's that? You broke up.
Did I lose you? Uh-oh.
No, you broke up.
What do you think of the new Superman movie?
Oh, that's going to be good, isn't it? Because I know they brought him back in Black Adam as a teaser, but I read that DC's going to put all their effort into Superman now. As long as he's not too wholesome, they got to have because Superman was always, truth, justice in the American way, whereas, Batman's got that darker side. I like Superman to be a little meaner. Like Homelander, to where he just fucking hates people.
No, but they're going to do a reboot.
Yeah, good. I've been filming the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, about what?
Yeah, TV show called Housos, which is like Trailer Park Boys and Fat Pizza that I did. Well, the same people are doing a new TV show called City Council. About local councils and all the shit that people hate their local councils because they don't do anything. They're just fucking. I mean, my name on the show is Jeffrey, and I am a parking inspector, and I just give tickets to people. Then when they go off at me, I fucking abuse them. I push cars into fucking handicap spots to give them tickets. I just,
you're playing yourself essentially. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. I give a ticket. I'd be like. Loading zone, and someone's like, "I'm unloading here," and I'm like, "The fucking sign says loading, not unloading, you cunt."
So you don't even have to really even memorize the lines. They probably just let you ad lib pretty much what you want.
Normally on the script that says the guy would say this, Lee, ad lib.
No,
I just say,
yeah, good.
I just say anything, and he's like, "That's funny." So I was like,
what do you get paid to do that? By the way, I meant to ask you that.
No, I get paid okay. Can't disclose in case the tax man's watching. I can't disclose. I do it.
Well, I'm sure they pay you by check. They're not giving you cash when you show up on the set, are they?
I do it for petrol money, Dave. I do it for petrol money and exposure. And I do it for the lunches. We have fucking pizza and Subway, and we have fucking good food.
There you go. Craft services. No, but I wanted to ask you about the Superman movie. So Superman,
yes.
with the premise of this new movie is that Superman, they're going to go back and reboot it. Superman killed General Zod, you know, in the original Superman that they had with Henry Cavill. Mm-hmm. He's not going to kill him this time because they say it's too. They made Superman too, you know, evil with that, with the killing thing. He's not supposed to kill.
I know people didn't like that. People complained when he actually killed Zod. It's like,
yes, yeah. So they're going to reboot it where he doesn't kill Zod. So I don't know how they're going to change it. So they're basically doing a reboot of Superman, but with the same character, with the same actor. Usually when they do a reboot, they get another actor in there. Same actor reboot.
Hey, look, Henry Cavill is the perfect Superman, but
I love it. Yeah.
I hope they get someone good and evil then to be Zod.
Yeah, I don't even know how they're gonna even position.
Michael Shannon, who played Zod in the other one, was pretty good, but I don't think.
He was great. Yeah, he was good. He's a weird guy though.
Bring back Terrence Stamp. He's still alive. Bring back Terrence Stamp.
Oh, that guy's got to be 80 years old.
I know, but he could be Zod's father. No, I think so they're going to do it from the actual Krypton where he was a kid, are they, and bring it all the way through? Or?
I have a few. I hope they don't. I can't stand these reboots. Can you just make a new movie? I actually liked where the Justice League went with Zack Snyder's Justice League, where Superman was like all evil at the end, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe they could just start it from there and just bring Zod into it. Just do a whole new thing where Zod is there.
Yeah.
To get the rest, and
now they get the multiverse. That's how they can change the storylines whenever they want.
Well, that's what I think, because they could maybe do it now where just keep it where he is in modern time. We know the Krypton story, but maybe have it where Zod's still in that fucking Phantom Zone.
Some flashbacks. Yeah, I don't want to see the whole story done again. You know what I mean? It's kind of like annoying almost.
You don't want to see.
Did you see Black Adam with the Rock?
Still haven't seen it. No.
He's supposedly Superman makes a cameo in that.
Yeah, he does. He goes.
So they're supposed to fight each other or something like that in a future movie or something.
Come with me or something. But I watched a good movie yesterday. It was called The Caller or The Call In. Mel Gibson. He plays a radio guy and like this stalker. It's not a bad movie.
No,
it wasn't bad. Mel Gibson. I guess Mel Gibson's pumping out a few like Bruce Willis has been doing lately. Some of them are okay. This one
have you seen Have you seen the series on Apple TV, Mosquito Coast?
Yes, that finished good, didn't it? It was about the family.
It started again. They got the first episode of season 2. You will love it. It's a great.
I remember the family was hiding from the drug people, weren't they, or something?
Yeah.
Again? Yeah.
Well, yeah. This first episode, though, Lee, they kind of explain why they're on the run. You find out flashback. You'll love it. It's really good.
Good thing you reminded me. I enjoyed that one. Then when it was over, I'm like, are they going to do another season? Because
I remember we talked about it.
Yeah, I got to watch. Yellowstone starts up next week.
I haven't watched that. I got to watch it because you kept telling me it was really good, right?
It's really good. And there's that other new one too. It's on Prime called It's got that girl in. I forget her name. She was in Kick-Ass and that. It's like almost looks like the Matrix. Is it called Secrecy or something? Or it looks like
I saw it. It's good. It's really good. I've been watching it. It's called The Periphery or something like that.
Peripheral or something.
Periphery, I think it's called.
Is that pretty good?
Yeah, because she goes into it's a virtual reality game, but she's actually going into the future through the game.
Yeah. It looks like Matrix and Inception or something put into one.
I enjoyed it. You know, I'm like addicted. At night when I'm doing my work on the computer, I put the TV on. I put my little what I like to do. I don't know if your TV does this. I put my Apple AirPods in and I connect it to the TV.
Yeah, I do that. I play from my phone.
Not from my phone. I actually my TV is Bluetooth compatible, so I listen to the TV through my iPod. It sounds much better.
I mean, I just play like if I got a movie on my phone, I play it to the TV.
Oh, you can do that too, I guess.
Yeah, but I got there's that new. What's it? Remember that guy who played King Arthur and that? I forget his name.
I like him. What's his name?
Blonde guy. He's in a new TV show that looks pretty good. A new series.
I'll have to watch it.
Charlie.
Oh, Charlie Hood. I'm watching the Shantasham, something like that.
Yeah, is that any good? Is that any good?
It's very good. The guy from Sons of Anarchy, Charlie Hood.
Yeah. Yeah, he played King Arthur too. Yeah,
good series. And you know, I always liked India, even though I tore my quad there. I still like the whole culture there. It's a pretty interesting movie because he's Australian. You know, I don't want to give it away, but he murdered someone by accident. He was in a bank robbery, or they thought he did, and he went to jail. He escapes and goes to India. That's the premise of the movie. So
yeah, the preview for it looks pretty good. I've been meaning to.
Good. You'll like it. You'll like it. It's very good.
So why?
Right.
I'm glad you don't hate all Indians, Dave, because you tore your quad in India. It's nice.
No, I don't hold them responsible. I take responsibility for that.
You don't hold the fucking 200 billion people. Fuck you all.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to be interviewing Andrea Shaw, who won the Rising Phoenix Women's World Bodybuilding Championships.
Oh, yeah, I saw it on After Hours. She won that nice truck or something too.
$50,000 in that truck. Do you know what that truck was? I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm going to have to ask her when I talk.
It looked like I could see, was it a Ford? I could see like 250 behind her, like a badge.
I thought it was a Ford 250 and it was all tricked out. I got to ask her because they did a really nice job in that.
I think they should do that. Look, the men's, yes, we love prize money, but men are men. If you gave like a tricked out truck to the Mr. Olympia or fucking like any big, even just one or two pro shows a year, if you got a good fucking car, even like the new Corvette and fucking prize money, fuck, I'd be fucking.
Arnold should go back to doing that. When they used to give the Hummer away, that was badass. You know, Ronnie did the show with the Hummer.
That new Corvette's nice. I imagine getting a brand new Corvette in the prize money.
No, I know. I think it's a great idea. All right, we're going to wrap this up.
Give the car to the best poser. Make people fucking pose. And
there you go. There you go. But you know how political that would be? Oh, yeah, forget about it. People would be saying it's rigged. It's rigged.
Like they don't say that anyway about fucking
I got to interview Andrea Shaw. Lee, love you, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. And guys, we'll see you back again next week for another installment of